Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster Pack review. Here to review a booster pack of 5 cards that were released in Special Summon Evolution, the 29th installment of the limited edition series of Yu-Gi-Oh! The pack contains 5 secret rare cards, and I'm going to be doing all 5 of those card reviews in this video. This booster pack was set to be released November 28th, so this pack was just released yesterday. And the OCG. So what we got here is Performer Pal, Pendulum Wizard, Triple D, Abyss, Ragnarok, the Destruction Overlord, Fright Fur Tiger, which I think were the Furnimals. I think the name got changed to the Fright Furs. And Super Heavy Oni, Shintundo G, and Raid Raptors Force Strix. So first thing we're going to look at is Performer Pal, Pendulum Wizard. Without wasting too much time. So Performer Pal Pendulum Wizard. It's an Earth Spellcaster Pendulum Effect Monster. Level 4, Pendulum Scale 2, Attack 1500, Defense 800. Description, Pendulum Effect. If a Performer Pal monster or monsters is Pendulum summoned to your side of the field, all Performer Pal monsters you control gain 1000 attack until the end of this turn. Monster effect, if this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards you control, destroy them, and if you do, add an equal number of Performer Pal monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except Performer Pal Pendulum Wizard. You can only use this effect of Performer Pal Pendulum Wizard once per turn. So, it's trying to push the Performer Pals into, it's trying to give Performer Pals more support, or like more offensive support, because the Performer Pals are relatively weak. So to give them something like a pendulum monster that when it's in the pendulum zone, it um kind of favors you to use them as beat sticks because they gain an additional 1000 attack uh, when they get uh, pendulum summoned. So it kind of makes you wants to use them as beat sticks. But nevertheless, if this card gets pendulum summoned, you'll be able to search out uh, Performer Pal monsters based on the number of cards that you destroyed via this card effect. So it's a good searcher. It's a good attack booster for the archetype. Um, you know, really nice. Of course, it can be searched out. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. It's a spellcaster, so I guess if you want to, you could try to get it out with Magic Circle, but you should be able to get it out with uh, Performer Pal Call pretty easy. Other than that, yeah, man, it's a good card. It's real good for the archetype. Next up, we got Triple D Abyss Ragnarok, the Destruction Overlord, and I look at him just sitting on his throne like a badass, just not giving a fuck, cause he blows shit up. So, so yeah, it's a Dark Fiend Pendulum Effect Monster, level 8 at Pendulum Scale 5, attack 2200, defense 3000. Description: Pendulum Effect. If you special summon a DD monster or monsters, except during the damage step, you can target one DD monster in your graveyard. Any battle damage your opponent takes is half for the rest of this turn. Also, special summon it. If you do, take 1000 damage. You can only use this effect of Triple D Abyss Ragnarok, the Destruction Overlord, once per turn. Monster effect. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target one Triple D monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use this effect of Triple D Abyss Ragnarok, the Destruction Overlord, once per turn. Once per turn, you contribute one other DD monster you control, and target one monster your opponent controls and banish it. Cool. So, um, uh, this pretty much. This is a card that gives no fucks. I mean, considering the name is Destruction Overlord, it pretty much doesn't give any fucks. Um, you know, as a pendulum card, if you special summon a DD monster, like during your main phase or at any other time except the damage step, as it mentions, your opponent takes half damage for the rest of the turn, but you'll be able to special summon a DD monster from your graveyard, which can be helpful. That can go towards a synchro summon, fusion summon, or exceed summon, because you know this archetype has all three, including uh, pendulum monsters, but they wouldn't be in the graveyard. So, but yeah, fusions, no, regular monsters that goes into the main deck, exceeds, synchros, whatever. You know, you'll be able to get them back onto the field via this card's effect. All you have to do is just special summon during the main phase, or during the end phase, or any other time outside of the damage step, and you're good. Of course, your opponent take half damage for the. Your opponent takes the damage your opponent would take is half, but never that line. That doesn't matter because all you're doing is gaining field advantage. Now, the monster effect. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target one monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and it pretty much puts you in a position to use its effect that allows you to banish one monster your opponent controls. You know, when you pendulum summon it, it will uh, special summon one triple D monster in your graveyard, and you can tribute that monster that you just uh, um, special summoned, and you'll be able to banish one of your opponent's monsters. So, you know, so like there's some masturbation going on right here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some self-touching. But then again, when you're the destruction overlord, the world becomes a lonely place. So you can pretty much do whatever you want for those lonely nights. So pretty good card. Um, Next up, we have Fright Fur Tiger. They finally put another Fright Fur fucking fusion monster out. And it's a Dark Fiend Fusion Effect Monster, level 6, attack 2900, attack 1900, excuse me, defense 1200. Description: Edge, Imp Scissor, Edge, and Sabers. Wait a minute, is this the same monster as Scissors? It is a Edge Imp Scissors, but they changed the scissors to like some laser blades or something. They conservative as hell in this game. The company is conservative as hell, but yeah, Edge Imp Scissors, which was formerly known as Edge Imp Scissors, and one or more Fluffle or wow, how they have the right archetype name in the monster title, but they don't have it in the description. Or one or more Fright Fur. Well, I don't know if the Fright Furs are the fusion monsters and the Furnimals or the Fluffles are the monsters in the main deck. I don't know, like maybe that's what it is. Or one or more Fluffle monsters. So you can only control one Fright Fur Tiger. When this card is fusion summoned, you can target a number of cards on the field up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon. Destroy them. All Fright Fur monsters you control gain 300 attack for each Fluffle and Fright Fur monster you control. Okay, so they are two different names, but they're in the same archetype. So, yeah, it just benefits you to have multiple monsters on the field to get this out. Uh, hmm. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can say about this is just use as many fluffles that you can use that you can get on the field, so that you can maximize the number of cards that you can destroy, and then you'll be able to But not only that, you'll be able to boost the attack of Tiger on top of that. Well, no, because then again, the monsters would have already been used. So unless you use some other method to like use a call it a haunted, and I can't remember if any of the I can't remember if any of the fluffles have any effects that can special summon from the graveyard. Because I only took a look at the monsters in the archetype like once or twice, and that was like months ago. So I don't know. Like maybe you guys can. Well, let's look at. Well, like the tips aren't even there yet. So oh well. I think it's an okay card. Uh, no, nothing too spectacular. Next up, we have Super Heavy Oni Shintundo or Shutendo G, a big ass Billy Club wearing gorilla look like. It's an Earth Machine Synchro Effect Monster, level 6, attack 500, defense 2500. Description: one machine type tuner, one or more non-tuner super heavy samurai monsters. This card is always treated as a super heavy samurai card. Okay. This card can attack while in defense position. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. When this card is synchro summoned while you have no spell or traps in your graveyard, you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. So this card is favoring super heavy samurai builds that have no spells and or that can specialize in getting rid of the spells and traps that they use in their graveyard. I want to say, I don't know, like having a, well, I guess like having a monster in the archetype. I don't know if it has one or not because I'm not sure if they released any new super heavy samurais outside of what I'm looking at right now that I might have skipped over. But if the, I guess it would be helpful to have like super heavy samurai or a super heavy samurai monster that can banish spells and traps from your grave. So if it does, um, this card pretty much can get help with that effect where it can destroy your opponent's spells or traps. Now, I mean, it has 2500 defense, put it in defense mode, or when you synchro summon it, just make sure you put it in defense mode because it can attack while in defense position, like without the aid of Benkei. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. I mean, it might be kind of challenging to not have spells or traps in your graveyard. I want to say use cards like Soul Release, but then you would put another Soul Release in the graveyard after it's used. So I mean, I don't know. Like if they can get a monster in their archetype that can banish spells or traps from either player's graveyard or something like that, then I think that'd be helpful. If not, then I guess you would have to find a monster that's able to do that for the archetype. So So yeah, wait a minute. I forgot to look at the tips because I wanted to see if they mentioned anything about a monster that can do that. So let me see. Okay, tips. They do have tips. Damn it, stop going down. Okay. So this card can be synchro summoned by the user synchronized samurai horror guy with this effect alone something. Also guarantees activation condition. Okay. I don't know. That's still like the effect says that it tributes, but that's only if you get it out early before you use any spells or traps. I don't think Horror Guy has the effect or has the ability of getting out the graveyard. of getting spells and traps out the graveyard. So yeah, but I guess still a good card though. Last but not least, we have Raid Raptor's Force Strix, and it is a Dark Wing Beast Exceed effect monster, rank 4, attack 100, defense 2000. Uh, Description: 2 level 4 monsters. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each Wing Beast type monster you control. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card. Add 1 level 4 Dark Wing Beast type monster from your deck to your hand. So not only Raid Raptors, but Black Wings, or like the Black Feathers as they're known in the OCG. Excuse me. I need me some water. But nevertheless, man, it's a pretty helpful card. You're able to get that search off from it. You're able to get off, or like you're able to gain 500 attack and defense based on the number of Wing Beast type monsters you have on the field, on your side of the field. Uh, with the Raid Raptors, I mean, they pretty much just specialize in swarming, so it's not difficult to get them on the field for that attack boost. And then on top of that, you can just get like a simple search off with this card's effect. All you got to do is like detach, and you don't need the Exceed materials to gain that a 500 attack boost either. So like you can just use those effects freely. Mind you, you only use it once per turn, but nevertheless, like, you can use the effect without, uh, in order to search out another Dark Wing Beast type monster, another level 4 Wing Beast type monster, no problem. So all in all, man, this is a pretty good set of 5 cards, each helping out their respective archetypes pretty well. Um, with Performer Pal Pendulum Wizard, it's kind of uh, favoring you to use the Performer Pals as beat sticks when in actuality they were just like assistant type monsters. But with Performer Pal Pendulum Wizard, maybe that could change a little bit. Abyss Ragnarok, um, all that self-touching going on. Special summoning monsters from the graveyard, tributing them, and you'll being able to banish your opponent's monsters. Fright Fur Tiger, um, it gaining the ability to destroy a certain amount of cards based on the amount of monsters used to fusion summon it. Super Heavy Oni Shutendo. I think that would be like the most challenging card out the 5 to use. Um, for its respected archetype, because there's, or at least to my knowledge, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that can just get rid of spells and traps out the graveyard. Um, in order for you to use that effect, like without worry. Like in the future, they should make a super heavy monster, or like a super heavy samurai monster that can banish cards, that can banish spells or traps from the graveyards, and that will be helpful towards cards like that. In Raid Raptor Force Tricks, I mean, it's just a searcher that can gain attack boosts just by swarming the field with other Raid Raptors, which is what they specialize in. So, all in all, Special Summon Evolution pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing these cards in action. So, thank you guys for watching. Peace, and I'll see you guys next time.